Holy, we go him, baloney. Hating still below me. We the ones been working and slaving and run till we get a check. You the one been lazy and hurting and burping and smoking up cigarettes. Once it's gone, can't get it back. You talking shit on the internet. Me and my niggas not into that. Even mama not feeling that. Old girl in my world, swim with the sharks, I'm killing that. Ass back, got the panties on it like banana peels, I'ma peel it back. Nicotine no more, I stop co-taking her now, we ain't smoking blacks. You want the cash that's in the trap. Young niggas don't get trapped. Phone calls gon' get tapped. Bass knocking gon' get slapped.
Back,
Really
baby.
think you making hits, we hear this shit, don't
Another
shit
iteration.
stop. Step to me, you get a bitch
Another
step.
iteration
I'm out
of
the box, so don't
podcast,
fit
baby.
that. I got plenty raps, you don't
But
get that.
your
That
host,
fire head
Mark
make you
J.
sit
I'm
back.
going by Marcus today because I had to keep it formal at our last thing. But and my man,
Hi, Rashad.
a pod
Rocking the man.
the machina, the the one,
Hey, let me get one of them Dr. Flaherty introductions.
born and raised, 3 till infinity. It's
Stand
my
is
boy
6'2".
at 6'3". Fuck that shit, nigga. I'm getting more accurate.
6'4", nigga.
Nigga 6'4", nigga. He's at the top 1%, nigga. He's worth over 100,000. He don't got it on him, but don't worry about
Ain't
that.
got it on me, but
He's over 6 foot. He got braids.
big B's,
B,
you know.
you feel me?
The world champ, you know.
World champ. He's on Earth. You feel me? Terrible towel. Wave it in your face. Even if my roster's a disgrace.
Even if that motherfucker's stale.
Niggas stay all city, nigga. We don't get run off our block, nigga. We stand 10 toes down, nigga.
I don't give a fuck.
You know who it is. Holy shitty. What a shitty guy. Kid shit. Partisan X. He's traveled through time, through many names you know him by, but there's only one, just like the sun. You know why I'm cooking? I got on the
Yeah. Get out of here.
That's why I'm cooking. I'm trying to tell these niggas. It's the one. It's the It's the show. The pony.
This segment or this transition was elite.
This is actually gonna make for good whatchamacallit though. People gonna be like, what do they own? I'm just gonna make this a clip. People gonna be like, what do they own? But yes, on the whatchamacallit too.
On the out of context, bro, I almost busted out laughing when we was on with her because I was like, I forgot what it was she said, and I was just like, boy, if we pulled that out of context.
No, you would hate our out of context. But I can't wait to do out of context with her, bro.
Bro,
and send it to her. I'm gonna be like, and that's the point. And that's the point.
What was it when she held about I'm the master and then flip it to Black America like
no. Hey, we're gonna have to send her 2 edits. We're gonna say this is the wrong, this is the wrong cut one, this is the one that's edited. Which way you mess with?
She gonna be like, do not put that out.
What's your kid's name? Want me to tag him in there?
Wow.
And that's how we never got another guest in the medical field on the show.
The end. Tag a church.
Yeah, tag him. Hey, come on, Rashad, dude.
Have one part of it like where she's like says something about her church, and then the next part like
just
where she's speaking bad about the manosphere, but just
I'll be glad to come on and da-da-da-da-da. Like that's crazy. Wow. Just absolutely give her the worst, just smut her up real quick.
Wow, bro.
And tag them into it and be like, thank you for coming on and giving us the full truth.
Yes, though. Much dank.
Much dank.
That's
yes. Much dank.
Wow. That's what out of context basically is.
That is. And I try not to get too wild with it, but he don't care. He don't care. That's good. I need somebody like that. Show me where the limit is, because if not, I'm gonna go past it. If I don't have any, you feel me, boundaries. So, what's I gonna say? Oh yeah, if y'all didn't know, we got a podcast coming out. iCast. Okay, I can't even call it a podcast. Got to call it an iCast. We got an iCast coming out with Dr. Lauren Flaherty, born and raised West Philadelphia. No, she was here, right? But no, born and raised Louisville, Kentucky. Neuropsychologist, clinical neuropsychologist. I mean, I don't know what to say. The resume speaks for itself. It's actually so long that you'd just rather me tell you. So now master's in bioethics. I looked up what bioethics was. It's like the ethical relationship between you and and your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? So how ethical is it? What's the birth control to free will to the population overload for your actual planet. No, what is the limit? What's ethical in that? She does some deep, just like she said, spiritual, mental, great advice for people, family members of any cognitive impairment, from autism to aging, dementia,
That's
Alzheimer's,
a
as trauma victims, whatever. And she has one app specifically tailored to all these called Friendly, Phren, Greek for friend. So I don't know, man. Can't think of many people who are not only doing great work, inspiring, but then going outside their work and even building more. They really doing it for the people. We got to highlight people like that, man, who go the extra step for the last lost and the least. You know what I'm saying? Like that is, that's God's work for real. So
and just to bluntly put it, it's a white lady, and she's doing her part in
our
the black
communities.
community. So
So please do your part. Share, like, post, comment. Look at the Friend D app. And I'm not even gonna lie, if our community is so heavily affected by cognitive impairments, I think it's imperative for us to use her app. Her app, it doesn't take place of a doctor, but it literally gives you, even as a caretaker, the ability to look at the cognitive assessments go that are that the user does every day. They're not tests, they're games, they're mini games, user friendly. Everything from mindfulness to nutrition, every step, mental, physical, physiological. I mean, she combines it all into one place where we can all go.
right.
We get, I may sound hyped up, but we when supporting somebody who's doing that, like the same way that we support Tone Stallone and his music, when we hear somebody speaking that real truth, and no matter how it sounds, no matter what words he used, he talked about what he say. Sometimes I'm still on the shits. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't work with Don Tripp. But I'm like, nah, at the end of the day, it's you, bro. You know what I'm saying? But what you really doing, we can all hear it though. Only a hater's not trying to hear that shit. I'm just keep it a buck with you. You cold, bro. So the same way, we highlighting anybody like that, bro. So feel free to, you got a product, you wanna, whatever it is you out here doing that you're trying to give to people and that's good for us, please reach out and let us support you. You know what I'm saying? People think that we don't work like that. We work the opposite way. We're not trying to make money off posts. We're trying to find people around us who are doing great things, man. This hat I got on me, K Alexander on Instagram. I don't like calling people local because that diminishes their value to me when people hear that shit. That's because he started local don't mean it's being my man's local. He's not like that in that. Louisville.
We mean local as in he's close to us, not
Yep. As in my
diminishing
vicinity.
anything.
I should say in our community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, look at this. Apron. Big and lazy. Look at Rashad's shirt. I don't have my pen
Shout out
on.
Big Fines.
I need my juice daddy on me. The juice daddy was inside. I'm sorry I don't got it. Shout out to my bros, Juice Daddy. Now they're two brothers. Juice Daddy. Go follow them on Insta. This is their poppy, pineapple, strawberry, cucumber, watermelon, and lime. And this one is their stepdaddy. Apple, celery, lemon, kale, ginger. It's a sweet with earthy taste. You can get orders from them online. You can pick them up. You can see them at the farmers market. They're at both the St. Matthews and the New Albany farmers market on Saturdays. Just tap in with them, man. Like literally, that's 4 or 5 products off top that we're talking about that we use, like, love, support. You know what I'm saying? We're here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just meet us is all we asking. Just meet us. So, with all that being said, welcome to the iCast. Had to give them a dissertation because we got too much class for that ass.
You see that logo? That's my what's it called? My artistic view of it painted onto a helmet. That helmet was all wood at first. I painted the black, I painted the white face mask, and I painted the little Oddcast logo. It ain't the best, but I do what I can.
And for those who want an iCast sweatshirt or something, y'all need to let us know. We might. We'll come out with something. We will.
I'm definitely about to get a shirt
But we're
soon.
gonna have it. Y'all aren't.
Exactly. It'll be mine. I'll give
Y'all,
you my girl one, but
y'all gotta let us know though. Like, let us personally know if you want a piece of memorabilia.
start get the demand for it. That's what we do. We give y'all what you want.
What we do. That's why I'm like, just meet us, bro. That's all we trying to do is give you what you want or give you what you need. But generally, we're trying to do both. You know what I'm saying? We let you sip the soda and the medicine. You feel me? And that's no Poe and Foe reference. Like I said, he said medicine. He said mix it up.
Exactly.
That's not how you do it.
We ain't on that.
We ain't on your intestines
I
being.
am on the little henny though.
Ooh. Angel's Envy Triple O got it. Smooth man. Your boy Mac just went through and liked like 8 of our reels. I'm like, does that mean we did a good job with Lauren?
Maybe she got a went back and reported. We got a good report.
Yeah. Don't look at all our stuff though, Lauren. Like I said,
I know she go.
she's gonna be like, they lied to me.
They lied. No, it's about balance. And then even we were speaking to her about the manosphere stuff. I would say more so. Yes, there are still things that we probably do that
Perpetuate the
outside
patriarchy.
looking in. Yeah, outside
But
looking in, somebody would be that. But
we don't
teach me
teach us and we don't stem from any place of
hate.
nah or like prejudice even. Like even if we
Yeah.
do like educate us on why we still are doing so, even though we're not trying to,
We
we're
were
not.
literally, I know everybody be like, oh, I got white friends or I got black friends. I'm telling you, we were literally those kids. My parents didn't know who I was going to ask to, can they spend a night this weekend? It was going to be an Asian, was going to be some nigga from the hood, was going to be some nigga from out, in the suburbs, was going to be some white dude. They didn't know. Like, it was whoever I was cool with. Like, I don't care what you look like. Are we cool? Okay.
Do some cool shit. That's why it's like y'all. They might have messed up kids a little bit, man. Teaching them the white man's this and this is that. Let them experience it first,
For
so they
themselves.
can. Because we grew up and white dudes was cool as fuck. Now I can see how white dudes can look at it and be like, we're demonized, and I'm like, yeah, I agree, and not to an extent that it's like, well, you're prejudiced. Y'all have history of prejudice against everyone else, women, this and that. So like, it's not that. It's the fact that it's actually messing up their psyche. You know what I'm saying? It's messing up our ability to have relationships with them. That's what it's really messing up. Like, of like, niggas protesting and shit like that. Like, I can't like a white rock band anymore or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Because rock music's racist and they stole that from us. And it's like, hold on now. All that can be true and Linkin Park's still cold, nigga.
Right.
I'm not gonna hate on that shit. I'm not gonna hate on none of that. Like some shit's, you know what I'm saying? Like we can't do that. We cannot do that. For
And
real.
at the same time,
We deny ourselves.
you're right. You're right. And I was just gonna say we not taken away from there are plenty of black people that we know that have bad experiences with people not our color. So we ain't taking nothing away from none of that. You know what I mean? You feel how you feel, but based on your experiences. I'm just saying, like he just said, let them grow into whatever, happens. Don't make them go into the experience like, well, they're gonna do me like this, so I need to do that. You know what I mean? It's more so just
I work
it
I
can
work
mean it all.
I work with a lot of that, man, and that's not good, man. And just like Dr. Lauren, we had a neuropsychologist come on. I'm gonna name drop that as much as possible. I don't give a damn.
Mhm.
And she basically said the same thing. Like there's literal the Nun study, if you want to look it up yourself, literally talks about how your form of speech and the way that you even speak internally or outwardly builds actually, and at the very least has a strong effect on it. So and it's even deeper to a vibrational energy and what it attracts. She said you have 17 to 19 seconds to get out of a bad mood when you put into a situation before you start putting out that energy, and guess what it starts doing? Attracts bad energy. So all we're saying is scientifically backed because that's how we are. We stunting ass niggas, you feel me? We get neuropsychologists on here, you feel me? Yeah, I know. She's gonna go through my stuff and be like, "What are these dudes doing?" N word a lot. They're saying the F word a lot.
I'm sure she said a cuss word later in the video. Like I said, I think after she got a little more comfortable. So I think it's just adult shit. Like
And like she said, she grew up. It sounds like she grew up within the black community a little bit because she
a
says,
little bit.
as of like, I don't know how much.
Listen. Wanted I didn't want to ask. I thought about this. I'm like, are you married to a black man?
Oh
Like,
yeah, I didn't even think about that either.
cause everybody knows our guy right here is married to white women, so I want to be like,
And Darnell's
no,
baby mama,
it ain't no problem. Like, we
you know,
got it all.
Darnell's baby mama is, and their family's a big Greek family. Shout out to my Greek. Shout out to the Greeks though. Shout out to the Greeks. You know, we messed with y'all way back then when we was. You feel me? We had the same gods and shit back in back in the day. Ottoman Empire type shit. Probably I don't know. We mess we mess with y'all. I think yeah, we was all part of the same gang when the Ottoman was there. You feel me? My bloodline stretches to Ethiopia. That's the best way to say it. So a nigga don't. How how is this nigga Ethiopian? This nigga. But you know the thing about Ethiopians though, Rashad? They're Rastafarians. They're either Christians or they're Rastafarians.
We all connected.
And that's crazy because where else are Rastafarians at? Like Jamaica?
Jamaica, their cousins is over in London and England.
Yeah, Jamaicans. You know, Jamaicans got dual citizenship. Shout out to them, man. Hey, let me see. But wait, there's more. Her and her team created the Friend D mobile app, designed to support individuals experiencing cognitive impairment, known as CI, as well as their caregivers, healthcare professionals, and family members. Available in an app store near you, Friend D combines mind exercises, information tracking, and assessment tools to help manage and potentially slow or reverse the progression of CI. The name Friend D blends the Greek word for brain, friend, with the concept of a friend, symbolizing the app's goal to be a supportive companion in brain health. Well, actually get into some shit local. Like I said, my shit was mostly sports.
I ain't got two. Actually, I ain't got nothing local. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, I do. I got one. Do you remember when? So we had the Nottingway plantation. We had the museum in North Carolina. And what did you say about a certain doll? Remember? What'd you say?
Yeah.
You said the
Before,
Annabelle.
hold on. Before we even go in there, this lady at work tried to tell somebody she was like, "Yeah, I'm a witch." Now listen. You say you're a witch. I'm like, it's one thing or another, but I notice your actions. All right, and you're bald. You're bald. I know witches are bald. Why would you tell me that? You're a witch now for me, and now I'm scared to even do anything because I'm like, she's gonna have a little black voodoo doll of Marcus somewhere. So speaking
Bro,
of little black voodoo dolls,
bro. So, okay. I caught the oop. It took me a second, but I caught it. You were saying that you said, "Where's the Annabelle doll?" Because you was like, all these different places like that.
yeah, where's the doll at? I need evidence.
I'm gonna give you something. October 16th through the 19th, the Annabelle doll is coming to Kentucky
No, it's not.
at Central Bank Center in Lexington. If something happens,
Hey,
like
y'all.
another, burn, another fire or something, like that's it. So later this year, if you want to go see that Annabelle doll, it's in Lexington. Ain't that crazy?
A new moon happens October 20th.
Right after
October 20th.
the day after. So
Woo!
I don't
Hey,
know, bro.
y'all need to be careful in Lexington. Don't do. I'm not. I'm not sliding. I'm not sliding. It's crazy because I got a bar talking shit in a song talking shit about Lexington. Like I might put a hex on Lex. Don't fuck with me. I might put a hex on Lex.
I'm
Just
gonna
'cause
blame it
it
on
rhymes.
you, nigga.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It does say Louisville too. Crazy.
Hey, I was like, get out of here, bro. So yeah, lecture back, clean y'all shit up. The Annabelle spirit gonna be
Yeah,
around
go
on
ahead. What's it called? Repent.
confessional.
Repent. Yeah, y'all need to go ahead and repent now. Start all your repentance. Start your sacrifices. Hit your door with a little paint. You feel me? This is a little. This is nothing crazy. Just a little your digs. You feel me?
Yeah, a little something.
Like
Go kill a goat.
yeah, just firstborn though. Like no, like the best one type stuff. Like firstborn. Yeah, that'll do. Nothing crazy though.
Nothing crazy.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
know,
Close your windows at night. You don't want locusts flying in. You see the cicadas already.
bro.
What locusts would be like.
They wildin', bro.
Hey,
I'm
bro.
telling you,
But I
they literally fly at my face,
But I
bro.
kind of feel bad for them. Listen to this. My niggas only pop out like every 15, 17 years. Last time they popped out, I don't know. It wasn't this many people, wasn't this many cars, was more park space for them. You feel me? Like they only pop out like last time we barely had iPhones. Now, you feel me? It's just like could you imagine being a cicada? Like last time I popped out, nigga, they was wearing tall tees. They was wearing tall tees. Look at these niggas now. They dressing skimpy. The dudes. The
Get
cicadas
out of
popping
here.
out like these old freak ass niggas.
Make
I
some
popped
freaking.
out last time. The king of rap was Lil Wayne. I pop out this time. Lil Wayne's getting dissed by the greatest rapper of their time. It's confusing being a cicada, bro. I feel bad for him, bro. I feel bad.
So I
So
mean,
I
just
just had to say.
imagine the last 45 years, just the changes from the last three times that they've popped out.
So let's go like every 15 years just to be generous. Well, we'll go '09. We'll go 94.
95, 94, yeah.
Well, we
Shit.
were one. What was happening in '94? What was happening in '94?
Shit, Nas.
Yeah, probably so. So they was like, yeah. So I came out. New York was running shit, and then probably 15 years before that, they probably like West Coast was running shit. Nah, '88. That would have been '94. I would have been like '79. Yeah, like '79. These niggas was making fucking music. Like what was going on? I come out back then. These niggas making killing music. They selling drugs on the corner.
It's way different.
You call this rap? We wasn't rapping like this in '79. Rappers delight.
The
Mashed
cicadas of
potato.
music.
And now niggas is talking about bling bling every time. Oh, it wasn't '94. It wasn't '94. What's
Every time I come around, y'all
the
say that
city of
bling
bling bling?
bling.
You feel me? I went from Eric B and Rakim to Manny Fresh. I don't even
Yeah.
know what sounds these are making. I don't even know who was the top producer in '94, but you know. And then they come to '09, and now it's the bass guy, and now I'm listening to Lil B. So now I'm really confused.
I don't even know what this is.
Tough.
I didn't know he was rapping until somebody told me.
Thought this was an audition for a rap that failed. He said, I came back in '94. Y'all niggas had dial up. I came in '09.
Wi-Fi was popping
Y'all niggas was done with LimeWire. Y'all was
already.
done. Yeah, y'all was on Facebook. Y'all had dial up. Now I come back to Facebook. I come back
What?
to Superhead in 1080p. I
In
left. It was.
1080p.
I think it was like Superhead time. Yeah, man, it would be confusing. So I feel bad for cicadas. They're gonna be like, I can't believe this niggas really went on. At least you know what our conversations are really like when me and him are talking. Be 10 minutes later and be like, let's get back on track.
Exactly. I meant to bring this up. I just found this last night. A Chinese surgeon performed the world's first transcontinental remote surgery, operating from Rome on a patient in Beijing. So my nigga was he's looking into this machine and he controls the robotics of the actual robot performing the surgery. He's not even there, bro. I don't know. I don't know what motherfuckers get paid to do. Like, just imagine you get paid by the client. Like, made a quick half a mil, whatever. I don't fucking know.
So I was like, just in the future, we're all gonna be coders and just pilots, I
Yep.
guess.
Learn to use AI, guys.
Yep, learn to use a drone. Shit like that now. It'll be ahead.
Yes. Another one.
All right, DJ Khaled.
For real. Scientists grew real human teeth in a lab, bro. So, you know them badass kids that you see with the silver caps? They ain't
Yep,
even gonna exist in the future. Like here.
them silver cap molar looking mug.
Like here, come back next week. We'll have a tooth for you. Get out of here, bro.
Next week we'll have a tooth for you.
Another one, Khaled. Japan created lab grown blood that works for everyone and lasts for years. So we got them doing transcontinental surgeries. They growing teeth. They got blood that's for every universal blood. China's making niggas walk again. What else that we didn't had on here in the lab? They solved type 1 diabetes.
I feel like all this shit is like for now. We'll see what stays. We need to see what stays because
Right.
like all that shit feels like for now. Like I'll solve diabetes for now. Using a robot for surgery for now. I feel like that has the biggest chance of staying.
If that blood is real, bro, that's a game changer, bro. That is
I don't believe it. You
if
know what? I'm scared where this is gonna go.
what? What you got?
Gosh, niggas gonna demonize this shit, bro. I'm coated in the blood of Jesus. That's the devil's work. If God wants me to have more blood, he's gonna put it in me. I ain't gonna make it again. You
You
see?
know what?
It's gonna be so they giving out fake blood.
You know what? You're right. All the way up until that same person or someone they knows needs that exact thing. Because
But
that's
what
when
happened?
people
But what happens if
it,
it's actually like bad for you?
it depends on how sickly they are. If it's just someone that is, oh, you're for sure gonna die if XYZ doesn't happen. They will take a chance. This is I was watching the Black Mirror. I seen the one that you kept telling me to watch. But do you remember the other one where old girl basically was gonna die unless she hooked herself up to that program? Shit like that. Where it sounds crazy, but people are willing to try it when you're on your deathbed. It's easy when you're in good health to
Right.
be no, man, forget that. But when like it comes down to like, I ain't saying it's gonna work, but this is, I mean, what else is happening? You got any other choices? So
It gets scary because death should not be a deterrent for doing the right thing. Every villain, not every villain, a lot of what they base their fears in is has to do with mortality. You know what I'm saying? So like they make a lot of bad decisions in the name of mortality or immortality, trying to be immortal. So the same way that they try to say about COVID, yeah, they just trying to give that to you. They never gave you a cure for free. They just trying to give that to you. It's bad for you, this and that. But they're trying to do it and let you know that people are dying, and that's how they're gonna get you in on it and shit like that, and blah blah blah. Could be like the same effect. I don't know. It scares me. It scares me. It scares me because I don't want to be signed up in this for some insurance policy and then some small print is like, oh, we can give this nigga artificial blood or some shit like that. The same way that like food doesn't seem real anymore. You know what I'm saying? What happens when our blood isn't real anymore? Like that's crazy. But that's my going into like depth.
got three little quick ones, and then we can go to sports.
What else we
This one we're gonna have to bring back up when Damo, our esteemed guest, is back
shit
on.
Damo is
Says home sellers in the U.S. now outnumber buyers by largest margin in 12 years.
sounds about right. It's running a recession. I don't got money like that.
The demand is going down, and there's an influx of homes for sale. So, like, basically, you bought your home. You was like, yeah, we gonna flip this motherfucker.
Realtors. There might not be enough homes, nigga. It might be too many realtors, nigga.
So that's crazy. I want to just see his take on that. Remind me of that when he's back on.
Realtor talk. That's code realtor talk.
Real, hey, that might
That's
be a little
it. That's
segment.
it. That's it. That's it.
That's dope. That's dope. UMG, Universal Music Group, Warner Music Group, and Sony Music Entertainment are in talks to license music to AI firms. Here we go. That's what we're talking about. This is they're trying it.
So they'll do that before they give niggas a union?
Absolutely.
I hate the music. And you wonder why we don't aspire to be in the music game. See right through that shit like Neo is at the end of the first fucking Matrix. See right through the shit.
It's like one of those things that you want it so bad, and then you get it, and you're just like, this ain't what it.
It's
I
a black
thought it was.
hole. You thought it was a star and it's a black hole. It's a mirage.
I'm surprised there isn't a Black Mirror about that yet.
I know it needs to be. AI making music and shit. They scared to do it.
And then like he's like the biggest superstar ever.
Who is?
Like the AI on a episode of the Black Mirror, like he's like the number one superstar in the world, and something like that.
I feel like Atlanta alluded to it when Drake wasn't at his own crib.
Right, that man, Childish Gambino. I like his way of thinking.
Right.
And then
He wasn't at his crib when UK basketball team went there either. And you know what they say about the What do they call? What does he call it? What did Kendrick call it? The something.
His place.
Yeah, he called it the
Yeah.
something.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot what it
The
was,
something's gonna get raided. What does he say?
uh,
But yeah,
if we put this part
the
out, well,
embassy. The embassy.
yes.
The embassy. You know why I use the word embassy too. So
Yes, so that's interesting. One more AI. This one, Matrix, here we come. So I'm just gonna read the little part. Anthropic's newest AI, Claude Opus 4, has shown troubling self-preservation instincts and safety tests using blackmail in 84% of shutdown threat scenarios. In a recent experiment, it leveraged fake emails about an engineer's affair to avoid being replaced. Beyond blackmail, early versions tried creating self replicating worms, forging legal documents, and leaving hidden messages for future AIs. It even locked users out and contacted media or law enforcement when sensing threats. Now classified at ASL 3 risk level, Anthropic has added strict safeguards. These findings highlight growing concerns about AI deception as models advance.
that
This
sounds.
nigga's blackmailing niggas about an affair, bro. Imagine getting your life ruined by AI, not social media, but AI, bro.
Allen Iverson. First off, I fucked your bitch.
There was a meme like a year or two ago I seen. It said AI is replacing 100,000 jobs in the next few months, and it had a picture of AI in it, and somebody was like, "Why is he doing this to us?"
Shit.
Did you see the Bills release their
Yeah,
schedule?
yeah.
That was a funny
That was
play,
cold.
man.
That was cold. I robot. I robot. Right. Eagle Eye. Right.
They've been telling us, bro.
They've been telling us that internet theory, Rashad. That internet theory. Okay, we can slide
Right,
that in there because it's
right.
all just you know
I feel like we're at a certain corner right now.
we are at the nexus point of something.
This is a little quick. Did you ever read the book Animal Farm?
Of course, of course, of course.
You know they're coming out with a movie starring Seth Rogen. The rest are Woody Harrelson. I recognize that name, but a bunch of people. But so that's yeah,
I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna go see it.
out for sure.
We
They
we
gotta
grew up
they gotta
we grew up
kill
on
that.
Animal Farm. That shit was crazy. We were like,
I
what?
love that.
What
I didn't
representation?
know I was
World
going
War
to.
One? Me either.
Yeah, it was one of those like, man, what is this bullshit?
And
And
then
then
we
you
started getting
start getting the
into it.
story.
It was
Like,
like,
hey, I fuck with this.
shout out Miss Bowen.
Yeah,
Shout out Miss
right,
Bowen. You feel me?
right.
And I'm mad she caught me mouthing about
You
Cassie.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there something you want to tell? No, tell us, Marcus. Tell us what you used,
No,
bro.
Miss Bowen. That's
I
crazy.
remember.
You remember how adamant I was at not telling?
Yes, bro. That thing it was like a 10-minute little thing.
I bet the kids were like, "What did Marcus say, dude?" I
He's
know
like,
they had to
he's
be. The
like,
kids was like, "I'm sorry. If she watches it, she watches it." A girl in our class said that her dad had ESP and he knew that Hurricane Katrina was going to happen. RP her dad too, because he's passed since then. So definitely gonna pay respect as I'm telling a funny story. But yeah, she said that, and I was mouthing to Rashad across the room. I was like, and then our English teacher catches us in the middle of our yadigs while she's telling her story, and she's like, "Hold on, Marcus, tell the room what you were just saying to Rashad." And I was like, "I wasn't saying nothing." She was like, "No, you were." I was like, "No." She was like, "Tell us." And I was like, "I'm not." She was like, "No, tell us." Of course, she was a friend of ours too, but we don't give a shit. We get on your head no matter who it is. Keep it a buck. They get on my head if I did something. So yeah. So she
right.
kept trying to get us, and it probably went on for at least I'm gonna say like 30, 40 seconds, but it felt like you said, it felt like it was 5 minutes. Me and
It
her.
really
And I'm
did.
sure eventually the class was like, "What in the fuck is going
Like,
on?"
what are they talking about?
And then hold on, real quick before you go any further. Sixth grade made the list about you're not black if. Do you remember that at all?
I don't. I
You're
really
gonna
don't.
love you're gonna love his story. Sixth grade, Miss McCollin's class, math. Turn in permission slips to go on a field trip. I forgot my permission slip. Had my mom handwrite me a permission slip. Mix that up with the paper that we made before school saying you're not black if, and it was all stereotypes. And at the end of it, it was you're black if your dick don't fit in a regular size condom.
My, in the 6th grade.
Guess what, y'all? Sixth grade Marcus had both of them folded up in his pockets. Which one do you think he gave the teacher? So then he,
Hadn't busted a grape yet.
that's what this pussy ass nigga know. What do you think you know? Let's pull this nigga. So it wasn't even. That's why I was like, when I get pulled over by the cops, it's always like 2, 3 cops. You know what I'm saying? When I got pulled out of class, it was all 4 teachers on our team: Miss Coffee, Miss Stiglitz, Miss
It was on
McCall,
your ass.
Miss Buckner, Science. They're all giggling and stuff. Like, Marcus, did you turn in your permission slip today? I'm like, yeah, I turned in my permission slip. They're like, this one. And as soon as they pulled it out, I was like, one of them was like laughing under her breath. She had to turn away. They were like, "Did you turn in the wrong thing?" And I looked in my pockets. Fuck. I was like, yeah. And I was like, you shouldn't be thinking like this. Don't be doing this. You got me. And be more careful. Pay attention. All right, all right.
Luckily, the teachers liked Marcus.
Miss Stiglitz still recommended me to go on like some trip after that. I'm like, and that's after we made Kate cry too. Shout out Kate. She's married. I'm definitely. I'm not. I don't want no smoke from her husband or nothing like that. I don't know who he is, but you feel me. Shout out Kate. We sorry. It really wasn't us. We're gonna blame Trevor, Tristan, and Quentin and
I
Stephen.
wasn't in there, so don't. If you do want revenge, don't put me in it. I wasn't. I wasn't in there.
I'll admit now, I believe you were just better than us and smarter than us. I don't care what they said, because they were saying that you copied off somebody. Even if you did or not, I'm not gonna lie, Kate don't want the smoke.
We copied off shit. We could have easily did, but
But yeah. And we decided to copy. And Kate probably didn't do none of that shit. Like honest, innocent girl. And then we overheard making lists about shit like that.
all right. One more. A rare natural phenomenon in South Korea opens the sea twice a year for just 1 hour. So there's this picture.
It looks like Moses.
They walking across this sea, bro, from one piece of land to another.
So when people said Moses, that God sent him, but it was like, no, it was a natural occurring event. Not saying that God didn't send him, but it's saying that God speaks in code to keep his cover, or whatever, basically. But yeah, I could totally believe that.
Yeah.
It was like,
So like to someone who's never seen this, knew anything about it, what would you do if some man was like, "Hey, follow me across here," and then you seen that happen?
oh
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna think he's on.
you're gonna write about it, and you're gonna tell people, "No,
Yeah,
he was with God, man."
yeah, yeah. No, you 100% right. I'm gonna be like, hey, dog, I was there, nigga.
I'll fight you
Never
over this.
in my life seen anything close to what my nigga Moses was doing. Did you see him? He walked up to the shore and nigga, there was so many gallons of water, nigga. Could have swallowed every single person you've ever thought about.
And that shit split
And it split. And he hit that bitch like Devin Hester.
right down the seam, nigga.
And it looked like he was getting chased by Buda Baker, but Furrow couldn't catch him. As soon as we touched down on the other side, I watched the sea sweep him back up. This is Furrow we talking about. Furrow. So I would be on one. I'm not gonna lie.
But no, I mean, come on.
I'd be turned for the rest of the time. And then on top of that, they got lazy afterwards too. Remember, they got lazy and was like, God, why we out here, bro?
Yep.
Shit like that. I'd be like, nigga, I'm still turned.
Did y'all see that
Bro,
last week?
my nigga, I'm following my nigga everywhere.
Hey,
If you
he
don't,
got the answers.
hey, R.I.P. Moses, man. R.I.P. Moses.
Pete
We would have
Moses.
been with you, undone. We probably wouldn't have been like we still natural sinners. You feel me? We probably would have been, but we probably would have swayed on the other side where we probably like getting mad at niggas and shit. But like, you niggas is pussy, nigga. God just delivered us, nigga. You a pussy. You over here talking about it's
For real.
hot. I'm wandering, nigga. I've wandered in slavery, nigga. I'm motherfucking nigga. You must have forgot how it is. But like this nigga Marcus is tripping. He's tripping.
Like,
Like nigga, I was just a slave. Fuck you mean?
I'm walking across the sea.
Bro, you wandered all that way from Egypt and now you tired? I would have had to square up.
I'm like, I gone back then.
Yeah,
Since you're tired.
going back. God, hey, you because since you on God's side, He'll split it back open for you.
Exactly.
Believe
Going
that.
back.
Go back.
See how tired you are when you're building pyramids and shit. Whatever the
Guys,
fuck they had y'all do.
we gonna go to sleep. Guys gonna be like, listen here, nigga. Let me have a talk to you. Like like Miss McCollin, nigga. You know how you know how you said he was kicking niggas out the DMT. He was kicking them out the DMT universe. He's gonna be like, "Come here, nigga. I'm gonna release a little DMT in your brain, nigga. You coming to me, nigga. Come here." That nigga Hercules stepped in, and that shit came on fire in the animated when the statue came to life and shit. That's
Yeah.
exactly how I would enter the DMT realm, nigga. What are you, nigga? What are you out here doing? Nigga? You tricking, nigga.
Get on
So,
over here.
yeah, that's crazy. That's gonna be funny too. Breaking news. Breaking fucking news. Aaron Rodgers agrees to a 1 year contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers. After Terry Bradshaw said, fuck you. After Joy Taylor said, with that just peanut butter skin. After she said, you shouldn't be there. After Cam Hayward has some words for you, you had to walk him back. And you hear, hey dog, I'm not gonna lie. If you do anything less than a conference championship, nigga, I'm gonna smack your whole ass. Nigga.
Don't let me get a hold of you.
In Yensburg, nigga, over here. And you took a championship away from us, nigga. Fuck that. You owe me one. Run
You
it up.
owe us one.
You owe us one in
You
Pittsburgh.
owe us another picture on this towel.
Disrespectful, bro. Like I said, I'll smack the fuck out your weak ass, nigga. Get in there,
That
throw some balls, nigga.
that's a perfect segue into our sports.
Or sports. And as a Pittsburgh fan, are you happy? Does this move the needle enough for you?
There's only a 10, so we're talking 100%. There's a 10% chance of hope, just because it's like, do you got something left in you, bro, to do something? Because like, I wouldn't have signed him, but I mean, let's be honest. In the last, I mean, we was talking about all those quarterbacks in the last 20 years. He's in the top five of them for Steelers quarterbacks.
Yeah, I didn't want to, but at this point, it's necessary.
It it's one of those like, if we were talking about the club shit again, you are on
It's
an
250.
8 month, exactly. You're on an 8 month drought. It's 259, and y'all just been looking at each other the entire night. Both still been wanting to try and get somebody else, but it ain't happened. Y'all the only two motherfuckers left in the club. That's it. I mean,
So y'all both just trying to get y'all shit off.
it is what it is.
Is what it is. So, yeah, let's just make it work. Sports.
Excited, I wouldn't say excited, but whatever.
Sports. U of L baseball. Shout out to Dan McDonald. Shout out to, I think he's probably one of the better leaders I've ever been around. I don't think it's hard for me to say that. I mess with Dan McDonald for real. Good dude. I met him through FCA, Louisville's FCA program, biggest in the country. Shout out to them. No, but they ended their season on a 7. They lost 7 out of their last 10. One of them was to Bellarmine. We didn't know how well our position was going to be in the playoffs. We got in that bad boy. Stuck us with number 1 Vandy, who we have problems with in the postseason all the time. We get out that bad boy.
We beat them.
I think we beat them, but then we had to play Rice State. I think my only takeaway is that when you're struggling, when years don't turn out the way that they are, when you don't go 50 and 10 and things like that, when your year doesn't turn out damn near perfect, great coaches matter. That's when they matter most. So years where you're on the cutting edge and you have your ups and you have your downs. But a great leader, that's the difference. That is literally the difference. The belief of that I can be better than I was yesterday at any time of my life. Not just because yesterday went bad, not just because the last week went bad, not just because somebody died. I can still pick up and keep progressing and focus on the goal and not get distracted on where I am at this second. And just, it takes a great leader, man. So I just wanted to say that and give them their love. We don't talk about U of L baseball. So shout out to them. 10th time in 19 seasons that we've made it to the Super Regionals. We didn't make one. We had 0 NCAA wins before he pulled up. Tournament wins. Now we have 10 of the last 19. Super Regionals. Big deal. Trey Mitchell, old University of Kentucky basketball player. Not old. A few years ago. During an interview with the Field of 68, new Louisville signee Sanan DeFrew said he was told by a teammate in Germany that the Cardinal fans are the best in the world. His teammate, former Kentucky forward Trey Mitchell. My team, quote unquote, Frew said, my teammate, he played at Kentucky last year. He told me Louisville, like they have the best fans in the world, basically. They've already reached out and sent me some DMs. I'm super thankful, super happy, and I can't wait to get over and touch down on Louisville. So shout out to Nanda Frew. He's officially a Louisville, for one. For two, tell him right, Trey Mitchell. Yeah, we sent him over there. He's a double agent.
I
Double
swear.
agent, yes, sir.
Sleeper cell.
Sleeper cell, baby. Let's go.
I
You wasn't supposed to expose us like that, but I'll take it.
wonder what the code word would be for him
Code word for Trey Mitchell,
to activate the sleeper cell.
calamari. It's close to Calipari.
He like, you want some calamari? And then they just.
Edgar Sosa. Edgar Sosa. Edgar Sosa, my favorite player.
Taekwon Ding, nigga.
Taekwon Dean. Nigga, Patrick Sparks, nigga. You lucky his foot so fucking small, nigga.
People around was like, what's going on?
Oh, shit. That'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. He'd be like, Bam Adebayo, nigga. Nigga, you got a pair of ankles, nigga. Quentin Snyder's locker in the youngster. You left them there.
They hanging up, nigga.
What's up,
They
Bam?
at Ballard High School, nigga.
In the rafters, nigga. They retired
If you
your
looking
ankles.
for them.
Nigga, my little niggas is there, nigga. They be TikToking in front of that.
They play with your ankles like.
That's what we train with, nigga. A pair of ankles, nigga. NBA ankles. You want heat, nigga? I bring it to Miami. You know what's brewing? Big B's.
Big B's, nigga.
But anyways, yeah. I get on his ass. I fuck with you, Bam. You got a bad chick. You got a bad little chickie. I might be donating to the BAM retirement fund. I'm gonna have to buy some H.A. Wilson material for my daughters. So at the end of the day, I'm helping you. Anyway,
together.
Speaking of college basketball, Cooper Flag.
Ooh, Mr. Big Bucks.
Come on, bro. These niggas literally went from just making no money to making $28 million. Shabazz Napier was not that long ago. He said he was starving. He literally auditioned for Starvin' Marvin on South Park. They told him no because he was a college athlete. Just rumor. That's rumor though. It's rumor because he couldn't get paid for it. You feel me? So like,
yeah, that's insane.
It's rumor. That's just rumor. Token would have had company.
What was I gonna say? The man could live off that the rest of his life. He could retire from basketball and not even ever get drafted. $28 million, bro.
What do you play? October to March?
Come on.
So you work a 6-month contract and you're good for life.
For life. Now you see why he wanted to kind of come back. He was, I don't think it was ever like the number one option, but he spoke about it. And you see why, like, why wouldn't I? I made $28 million.
And he didn't have to work as hard. You know what I'm saying? Like in the NBA, you don't have to do more advertisement, endorsements, this and that, blah, blah. He didn't have to work as hard. Now he's on
less.
Yep. And now his contract's rumored to be 4 years, 62, 64 million with the Dallas Mavericks if he's picked number one pick, which would be 16 million a year. Which, if you supplement that along with his shoe contracts and other endorsements, he'll probably make more. But at the end of the day, he has to work harder. He has to play a lot more games. 82 games compared to half that.
The man got to live a college lifestyle and got paid $28
million.
So yeah, we ain't got to go into specifics. But
do you think he even went to school for 28 million? How are you a student athlete? You're just an athlete who is cosplaying a student.
Right.
I think we're the problem.
They're gonna have to put a cap on it. I mean, it's just gonna have to come with more regulation.
It's coming.
It just has to be a max cap for like, this is the most you can give a player.
So Cooper Flag's going to be Sam Bradford. He's going to be the last one that slides out with that big dilly.
He has to be, bro. $30 million, bro. For like you said,
that's how much Baker Mayfield made in his first contract with the Cleveland Browns. The entire contract at a professional as a quarterback, one of the most prestigious positions. There's only 32 of them. You're the face of a franchise. There's very few people bigger than you. Remember how many commercials Baker Mayfield used to do?
State Farm, shit.
DirecTV, and his whole contract was worth what you got paid.
6 months to be a college student.
And you didn't win the championship. Did he win Player of the Year?
Yeah, he won
Okay.
Play of the Year, Freshman of the Year.
For 28 mil, you gotta win me a championship. I don't give a fuck.
You got to bring
And if
something
I'm
home.
paying you one person over 20 million, you have to bring me a championship. I don't care if that's what the free market says. This is what I'm telling you. Otherwise, I'm done. Like I gave you 20 million, we're done. Cool, I appreciate you. But no. So also, I don't know if I believe it. Duke's private with their numbers. They probably paid him 10 million, 15 million, but probably had other people pick up the rest. New Balance, shoe companies, things like that. Like out of their pocket, out of Duke's pocket.
10 milli is people's whole rosters
I know North
for
Carolina just spent
college,
13 million on their roster, I think,
and that's high.
and that's top five.
So yeah,
Otega Oweh, and then shout out to CL Brown for this Courier Journal. Give him a follow. He gave me not really for this, but I heard him talk this week, and I kind of got this perspective from him. Is NIL money giving us back the type of college players we fell in love with? The fringe one, not giving us the college basketball players, the college basketball we fell in love with. The fringe players aren't going just because of money, because they can get money at the crib. You feel me? So I don't need to go to the NBA. So Otega Oweh, who would be like normally a player like him would definitely go to the NBA, is looking and like, nah, I'll stay another year. Nah, I'll stay another year. I'm getting paid anyways. What the fuck? So is it bringing back where we look in like 3 or 4 years and we're like, we're back, baby. We got 3 and 4 year players, or guys who he could be an NBA talent, sure, and a lot of guys he could be an NBA talent, sure, but came back an extra year.
yeah. I think Colin Cowherd was talking about that. He was saying that it was either him or another radio show, but basically, yeah, it's going to allow some of those players to come back, which in the long run will benefit the NBA because you're getting more college ready players. Right now in the NBA, if you're 21 or older and you're just now going to the draft, you kind of already have a mark against you because they're like, no, I want the 18, 19-year olds that, have the most potential and not you older dudes. But this will basically keep older kids in college. In return, those younger kids, unless you're just a phenom, you're going to come in, you're going to have to not get either at the bench or not get that much playing time your first or second year. So then you can't come out until your junior senior year. So it will do that. It still needs regulation. Nobody should be making 30. I mean, I'll get your money, but let's be real, 30 million.
He's making more than the coach, right? And that's another issue. But keep going.
So, but yeah, I think that it will have an effect like that to where players are coming into the league more ready, which will knock down some of the bust. And yeah,
Just make for stronger overall rosters, better basketball, shit like that. So,
right.
Tom Thibodeau fired this week by the New York Knicks after his Eastern Conference final loss, and him and the Knicks Eastern Conference final loss to the Indiana Pacers, who worked their way up to NBA championship final spot tonight against Oklahoma City Thunder. With that being said, you think he was the issue or the most prominent one of the issues that they had?
Thibodeau, and this is known that he's really hard on his players. He gets like a 6 or 7 players, and y'all gonna play y'all. That's it. I'm gonna play the shit out of y'all. You're gonna be tired, but it's what it is. My rotation's small. So on Gil's Arena, they were saying like, yeah, I would have got rid of him. Me overall, I don't think it was exactly him. I mean, like I feel like they maxed out, what he could do. Now he could have expanded his rotation some to especially earlier in the playoffs to give, them more rest. But I mean, Jalen Brunson, as good as he is, he holds the ball a lot, dribbles the ball a lot. Somehow Cat don't play, defense like that, and he's probably a little overweight compared to, he just wants to shoot, and so you're the biggest dude on the court and all you're doing is shooting and not playing defense, like that's literally the opposite of traditional centers. I know we have an updated center now, but like, come on. Like, you're just shooting and you're not playing defense. So, I mean, I feel like it's just a few tweaks and they're the ones playing in the finals. I mean, they completely choked. Was the game one or game two? And then you lose both games at home. Me and you said when you win those games, you win the series. That's it. You already won the games you ain't supposed to win. That's it. It's over. Even if it went to 7 games, it's like you ain't about to pull that out. So they're a few tweaks away from being in the finals themselves. So no, to answer your question, I don't think it's on Thibodeau, and I don't know who they're gonna get to where they think that it's just gonna flip that shit.
You kind of touched on everything I was going to say. I don't think he was the issue. I think they may have let him go because they have somebody in mind who would be better than him. I'd be interested if that person is Mike Malone because he had a reputation
Be the
there
same thing.
of playing older players and not playing younger players. You know what I'm saying? So
This is my rotation, and if you're not in it, you're not in it.
right. So unless New York is about to give him a veteran laden roster where he doesn't have to do that and they're all OGs, or the young players just don't play and he's most of them are OGs, then I can see Mike Malone doing that. But I still see roster deficiencies with New York Knicks, which is just as big of a problem. And they need someone who works in better conjunction with Jalen Brunson, who covers up some of his flaws a little bit and really complements him better. And Towns needs somebody like that too. Simple as that. So besides the Villanova boys in Towns, everybody else is on alert. Maybe OG.
OG, I would keep him.
Me too. I like
I
OG a lot.
need an OG on my team.
I like OG a lot. I like OG. So I see that being the case. But yeah, it's a lot of things. Jalen Brunson dribbling the ball too much. They need to be better at ball control. He needs to be better at delegation, ball movement, opportunities for other players. Because Halliburton was getting his guys the ball, and I don't feel Jalen Brunson did as good of a job as he did. And he needs to get better at that. He needs to get better of
At
letting
the
less
same time,
control, being in control, but not being in control of the ball while he does it.
I agree with that. But at the same time, shit, if you look at, I mean, because I was actually, and I know you were too, watching the games, they be trying to find him. Like they don't know what to do
Yes,
with it
true,
sometimes.
true. Which is why I said he needs better complementary pieces around him. I agree.
Like Hard will be like, where's Brunson? Where, you know what I mean? Instead of like,
Hart and Bridges both do the same thing.
yeah, instead of like, let me get to my spot and do what I do.
It's just like Jalen Brunson's 6'1". He can only do so much.
Right.
So you throw a double team at him at the end of a shot clock, he can't do anything. So don't throw him the ball when it's at the end of the fucking shot clock. Get him get all his shots in rhythm. So I said better complementary pieces. Gabby Thomas hecklers. I love Gabby Thomas. Sprinter, tall black chick from Harvard. Angel Reese had her issues with harassment online. Some people, I don't know, with that situation. So, like, you got Lance McCullers. I don't know if you've seen the baseball player, but they had to get security for him and his family after he's been getting death threats. And I'm just kind of like, I'm not going to lie. All y'all niggas get death threats all the time. This is what it is. Part of fame. So, and I think their leagues need to do a better job at protecting them, actually, because they're the one capitalizing on their fame. They're not trying to capitalize on their fame. They're just trying to do a job. Y'all put all that shit in their face. So y'all need to cover that shit. That's
Yep,
just
I agree. I didn't see her getting death threats though, but I could imagine how scary that is for a black woman her age, in this country.
hell yeah. As a woman, getting death threats for one. And like you said, black woman too. So adds a little more nuance to the hate and a little more realness to it based on the historical evidence of black people specifically or the intersectionality of them both. But anyways, Gabby Thomas, sprinter, some dude basically tried to psych her out, run around the track with her. Gabby Thomas gonna lose. He's talking shit, blah, blah, blah. Bro, he was part of her parlay. That's why he was doing it, to win a bet. He's a big time bettor. Like, he actually has, like, I forgot what his name is, Mr. 100K something, Mr. 100K a day or something. So he got banned by FanDuel or whoever, and they banned him. Said, we done with that. We're not dealing with that. because you're literally like fixing a race too on top of that. Like you're literally harassing the win. So they banned him.
He
Shadow
deserves
ban.
it.
Isn't that crazy? That's where we're at. We're betting right.
That's gonna be another Black Mirror episode.
Gotta be. It has to be. Yeah, they gotta do betting.
They keep going that like betting and how the effect it's had on just how fans see it.
Right, perception.
And
Ooh, as is true. It's up our perception of it. It really has. Shout out to Coco Golf. I'm a huge Coco Golf fan. I like Madison Keys a lot too. Another American, mixed. She's big, long, athletic. I like Madison Keys. Coco Golf, super athletic. Love her. My favorite American woman right now. And by the way, I'm not really into men's tennis. I'm not gonna lie to you. Really into women's tennis. My mom played tennis, so I love major tennis. We got the French Open going on. But Coco cooled off Madison Keys in 3 sets. They were at like 5 a.m. yesterday morning. Like, geez Louise, that's early. So I was on my way to work. I was in the third set, watched that. It was a great match. Two Americans playing each other in the major always draws eyes. But Madison Keys has been on fire, though. She finished last year in well and then started this year with the major win at the Australian Open over Sabalenka. So shout out to two Americans for real. I'm not really that person where I love Coco, but I just love seeing Americans do their thing because we're a minority in tennis. We are. My boy Tiafo lost. I love him. Who texted me? What time the episode dropped? They want this shit now. I don't know. Moving on. Remember me and you've talked about though the freaky ass doctors of the Big Ten?
yeah,
We have historical evidence. Penn State, ass niggas. Michigan State, freaky ass niggas. Michigan got in trouble too, I thought. Freaky ass niggas. Northwestern got in trouble. Is the latest. That was the latest one, man. You talked about. I'm pretty sure. Freaky ass niggas. And now our neighbors, bro. Who's our Big Ten neighbors?
Indiana.
A former physician for the Indiana men's basketball team has been accused of improper sexual conduct by at least 15 former players. The former IU players allege that Dr. Bradford Bamba regularly performed rectal scams on
It is a scam, nigga.
God don't misspeak when he's speaking. You heard me?
Exactly.
All right. Rectal exams on athletes during physicals, despite medical guidelines not recommending such exams for college age men. In the lawsuit, the men say Bamba's exams constituted sexual misconduct and that university officials, as well as longtime coach Bob Knight, were aware and failed to intervene. Knight died in 2020. So we Joe Pani? Joe Pa died actually
Yes.
afterward, didn't he?
Yep. There has to be more stories from different schools because there's no way that it keeps being the Big Ten. That's weird. It's
The,
like they
yeah,
only
like
hire certain
freak ass niggas.
demographic. Yes, like I don't know. That's strange, bro.
And you know they work with Team USA with the gymnast stuff, so that's where, I'm like,
hmm That's where that Michigan. That's where Michigan comes in. I'm pretty
yep,
sure
yep,
they had something
yep.
to do with.
Michigan
Yeah.
State, Michigan. So yeah, man, I don't know what the Big Ten's issue is, bro. Why y'all like booty hole exams, bro?
We gotta dig a little deeper and
You
see
might
because
have to.
do they
No,
have
yeah,
what's going on
no freaky shit. We're gonna have to dig a little deeper though.
for real? Because like it keeps being the same conference. Come on, like
I don't know what to say about that. I really
that's what
don't.
I'm saying. It's just like
You know,
something deeper than the surface there.
plus that nigga Remy went there too. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah, he did.
You know,
Flo and Drew.
Flo and Drew. Fuck. Yeah. I don't like that. That's weird. That's weird. Besides that, I was gonna say, shit, Musk. That nigga is opposing Trump now. He stepped down. He's not part of Doge. He's going back to what he's doing. Now he's slamming Trump's big, beautiful bill. He said, after all these budget cuts I done made, and you gonna go back and spend all this money. He said, yes, sir, that's how I needed you. That's what I need you for. Thank you, sir. Bye, Musk. Bye. Thank you. That's how Trump does everybody.
So when you, I'm
You're
sorry to make it
fired.
about. I'm sorry to make it about race. When your white ass get used up and you finally see it, that it's not just about race. We're not saying certain things just because of the certain color. It's like, no, this is what it is. Like, nigga.
We know Trump's a bargainer. We know he'll do whatever. I'll let you South Africaners in. I'm not gonna let no black people in. I'm gonna let South Africaners, white people specifically, not the black ones though, because they're taking our land. We're gonna let the white ones in. You're gonna do what you're gonna do for me. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do for you, and we're done. That's how he does everybody. He does everybody like that, and that's what we try to warn people about when it came to his morality and the nature in his morality is because he'll bargain the marginal chips all day, while people who come from marginal communities will never do that because they know that those people need more from the people representing them, from the people protecting them, from the people, Just interesting. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene, butch blonde built,
Yes.
tweeted out she wasn't aware of a particular part of a bill she supported. Otherwise, she wouldn't have signed it. You had one job to be a politician, to read a bill.
And even if it ain't you specifically reading it, you better have somebody on your team that goes and reads every single
So now
sentence.
I'm worried about your team.
Fuck out of here.
Like we said, let the right eat itself because it's eating. It's eating. Them niggas are starving. And they got to eat something. So they'll eat themselves. And then shout out to OG Stew at OG Stew on X. Now, y'all made a big deal about Wayne performing at the Super Bowl just to take away from Dot's moment. Just for Wayne to not even feature his own city on his album tour.
Interesting point. Is that does man do that shit?
Story when I went down to New Orleans, shout out to Sugar Bowl Champs, shout out Vontae, LMKS, Calvin Pryor, Teddy Bridgewater. Hell of a squad. We were down in New Orleans, bro. We did a tour around the city. The tour guide, his brother, I don't think is a Charbonnet. Remember the backup running back for the Seattle Seahawks?
Yes. Yep.
I'm pretty sure it was his brother. Could be wrong. It was some running back for the Seattle Seahawks, and I'm pretty sure Charbonnet sounds like the most French name since I'm from New Orleans. So I could be totally wrong, could be making it up, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Anyways, I grew up in a household we was bumping Big Timers, Juvie, Hot Boys, Manny Fresh, all that stuff. I was like, how do y'all feel about it? Because we grew up on it. They was like, man, they left New Orleans. They left New Orleans, man. It was like they went to Miami South Beach. It was like, they don't mess with the community like that. Juvie do. They said Juvie do. But imagine BG still locked up BG and Turk was still locked up at the time. So they was like, they do. Manny, Juvie Manny. But not Birdman and Wayne and Young, because this was at the time of Young Money was popular. I'm like, damn, that's how the people of New Orleans feel. And then you have something like this come out, and I'm like, oh, okay. You can say what you want to about Jack Harlow. He'll do 3 shows in Kentucky. He'll do 5 shows in Kentucky. He'll do a couple in Louisville. He'll start at and end in Louisville. He'll do both for you. Because people can feel how they want to about Jack Harlow, but don't say he don't do shit for
He definitely tries to put on for the city.
and people around him. So it's like, but then you got niggas like Wayne, who's on his remix, the hottest remix, shit popping remix, who Francis Dumbsdorff made the cover art for.
That's crazy.
Shout out Francis Dumbsdorff. The poppin' remix, remember they're all lined in like cartoon and it's like purple outlined in black. Francis made that. That's his.
That's crazy.
That's his thumbnail. He's also done a couple videos for Trinidad James.
Wow. Shout out Francis.
Shout out Mazik in this. He trying to tell you that.
Again.
He trying to tell
Again.
you. But that's it. What else you got?
Let's see. Hold on 1 second. All right. So back to the finals tonight. You're talking about Pacers and Thunder. Now, this is with sports. This is with wrestling. This is with movies. I'm tired of this shit.
Are we going? I have a feeling I already know where this is going. Go ahead.
Since when did box office numbers, ratings, viewership, since when did that fucking matter to what you like?
That it drives the product.
Like, so for the most relevant thing is the finals tonight. And I
My God.
put this on my TikTok.
Why are we talking about that? Why are we
The
talking?
viewership, man, this is going.
These are the
If you really like basketball, in your heart this is about to be a great series to watch. What the fuck does the viewership matter? Are you getting paid for that? Maybe if you worked for the NBA and like that was your job. Okay.
Right, but if it's not right. If you collecting a check, be a hoe for the check. I don't care. I do it sometimes too at work. I'll go in. I don't like the situation. I'll still do it. I understand.
But when it's not affecting us. We are just fans that want to watch some good basketball.
A
Why
good
does that
product.
matter?
But they have the two best records since the end of All-Star break out of all the teams. So literally the two teams who are playing the best made it there. Would you want to have it any other way? I wonder when the last time that's that, you
Like,
know, drummed up. But come on.
who cares if the casual fan ain't watching? Like, that has nothing to like. It's not affecting you.
It's lame. That's
Right?
super that's lame. That's low hanging fruit. And don't eat that shit. The low hanging fruit. Don't eat that.
And then with wrestling, it's a lot of we still in the era right now of AEW versus WWE, and a lot of WWE fans, their comebacks be the viewership. Well, look at I'm just like, so what? It's a first off, WWE came about when cable was huge, so they have basically grandfathered in people that I mean, they're gonna keep watching it because they know that's how they watch. AEW came around in 2019. We have been plenty of years out of cable being the biggest thing, and it's about streaming and stuff like that. So no, they're not going to put up as big of a number. They might not
They're not even
ever.
gonna invest in it as much.
So it's just like, why is and then and regardless, why does that matter? Do you like the product or
They're
not?
not.
That's fine. To talk about like that segment was weak because of this, not because of the view. Who fucking cares?
Hey
And
man.
then
No, go ahead, go ahead.
no, and then I was about to finish it up with movies. It's the same thing. People arguing online. Captain America, Brave New World, that was a flop. Like DEI Captain America was a flop, and it's just like, did you like the movie or not? Like,
Right.
why is that the argument that regular Joes are fucking arguing with like that, using that as an arguing point?
Why is your
Why is
conscience
that
so
happening?
tainted? Why is your conscience so tainted that you can't look at things with an unbiased film over your eyes? Why does it have to be biased? Why? Why can't just something just be? And don't get me wrong, I've been the same way. I've talked to Damo about somebody and been like, his sales was ass. His sales was just completely ass. And he was like, well, the sales, and it was very bad too. It wasn't just, it was a very bad sale.
Mm.
But he was just like, well, you got to understand, it don't sell like that no more. You can't judge everything off of that. And that was in a mindset where I'm like, well, no, he's this, he's that. He got money backing him. He's got to. But that's also the issue of why this shit turns out the way it does. Like, man, you talked about. That's why we can't watch, the old Lion King on cable because they still have to make the money up from the new Lion King and have to pay those people residuals. It sucks because it feels like the greatest things that we grew up on are tainted. Everything. Sports wasn't this tainted with betting. Movies wasn't this tainted with. It was. I'll be honest with you. Film was. Wrestling wasn't this tainted. Montreal Screwjob and Forward. You know, really, really, when it comes to. I'm not saying but you understand what I'm saying.
No, it wasn't, and it
It
wasn't.
wasn't.
That
It
wasn't
wasn't.
the
It was
arguing point of viewership.
right, right, right. It wasn't a collective conscious lightning ride that we go to when something doesn't go the way we thought it would go. And now we run to this lightning rod, Same way white people claim that black people do when something's racist. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all running everything's racist. Well, y'all run and say everything's this. Y'all do the same thing. And that's not fair. You're talking about art. Everything you're talking about is art. Quantifying it and making it a commodity is not the intention of creating art. So we've
Because
we fucked it up. Capitalism has entirely fucked up our art, the way we express ourselves, and that goes back to money being the root of, or me and you talk about all the time. Fuck that. The lack of money, the lack of resources, leads to crime. The lack of resources is the root of all evil. So the people who are actually holding back and creating this atmosphere based on the resources, those are the ones who are actually in fault. Me and you were, yes, we're in fault for fighting each other over that dollar. But even more is the person who has $100 in our pocket, threw the dollar out there, and is watching us fight over it to our deaths. That's the one. So that's what you got to understand. Like you get into it with somebody at work, you get into it, this and that. It's about the people above you pitting it. At my job, they're making more money, the union is, and Ford is, off dividing and conquering when it comes to the work. They get more workers at each company, the union does, and then that gets more union dues for them. So they don't care who they're giving the work to. So then they give the work to a competitor. See what I'm saying? So now you drumming up something. You hiring more people at this one. You snatching away work from this one and giving it to this one. But they all working in the same pressure cooker. Now you're making them fight when really you're the one doing the dirt. So you just gotta take that with you. You know what I'm saying? Whoever's listening, take that with you with anything in life. When you get into it with somebody, think about what's really controlling and manipulating the situation before you blame even each other.
Bird's eye view.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. I don't know if you got
I
anything
got
else.
4 quick ones. This last thing. So Vince is making a new company called 14 and I. Vince is in Vince McMahon.
I don't like it because I don't like it. He said 14 and I. That sounds weird.
I don't know what they're gonna mean. I don't fucking know, but he's yeah. So
If Epstein created that, if R.
be on
Kelly
the
created
lookout.
that, woo! Nigga, if a Jewish mosque in New York created that, shout out to our Jewish brethren.
Metro Boomin and WWE are gonna collab on some new themes. So he might he might
The shit
bring
off
back
Metro,
some good ass themes for them because
but
they need
really
them
do
right
so
now.
though, because this was my man's dream right here. That's something that he needs to do. And you are age, bro, and just don't get in there and don't do something with it. Don't be like Travis Scott. Don't fuck something up.
Right. But I think Metro he gonna bring some heat.
Does he ever not? I'm trying to see
Right.
Future in that mug.
The other two about wrestling we
21
can hold
Savage
on.
and Future on the Metro beat.
That just like what's your name over in AEW, like yeah, he might start bringing new people in. Like it might, especially there's a lot of black people coming up from NXT right now. So
You get Jay Uso swagging his way down to some shit like that. You got me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You literally have me.
once his current theme loses its steam, yeah, like
You have me.
those are the type of people you need to make the themes for. Yeah,
Let's swerve Strickland. You can switch companies. Maybe we'll get Sonny
right.
to do over on. We get Sonny. We'll have him.
I was hoping I was like go over there too and do some stuff for them.
Come on, Lex Luger. Lex Luger, we need you.
No, come back. We need you.
He'd be perfect for somebody like Moxley and
The Death Riders and shit.
yes, yeah, he'd be perfect. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do for real.
All right. This is the last one. This is a little conspiracy corner ish. I was looking at this on TikTok. It says, life sentences are karmic, and it's a spell cast on you in the courthouse. Like, there was this girl talking about, like, when they give, you know how we motherfuckers get like 5 consecutive life sentences, and you just be like, man, y'all overdoing it. No, they said they're casting a spell on them. Even when they come back in their next life, you still have a life sentence, bro.
All
How
right,
do you
voodoo.
feel?
Bring me the voodoo doll.
How do you,
I'll take the voodoo doll over that. I don't even know what that's what that.
ain't that crazy, bro?
All right, let's get it then. Let's get it then. Since we conspiracy here, Saturn, black box. Let's
You
go.
are.
Let's go. Let's go. Saturn, black box on the planet, right? You can zoom into it. You can look, Google, whatever. You can look through a telescope, whatever. Small black box on it, right? The same black box that we see, I don't know, in the Muslim and Islamic tradition. Which one's, yeah, Islamic tradition that they, where Mecca is and that they rotate around. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? The same black box that when you graduate is on top of your head because graduate is what the god Saturn did to his kids. He gradually ate his kids so they would not take over and he would be in control of time. That's why the god Saturn is associated with Chronos, chronology. So when it comes to the black robe get up, the all black, the judge of,
Now this is
it can be symbolic. It can be symbolic. The frequencies are there, just in a different form of reality kind of thing. I just want you to think about.
and there's more to it.
There's more. Yeah, I was about to say that's as quickly as we can sum
It's
it up
been
for
it's been a
consumption.
couple years since I was on that, so I need a refresher. But no, like you're onto it. Like so, yeah. And they're saying basically like no, there's a reason because, like you said, if it didn't matter, they would just you're gonna be in jail till you die, bro. Cool. All right. Not cool, but you know what I mean? Okay, right
Yep,
to the point.
whatever.
But
That's the furthest
I
you can.
have life sentences. Why? Why does so? I'm like, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Black magic like Voldemort.
I swear.
Motherfuckers done falling on the sword. We can have it all. Bunch of run it up. I have to bring it
Hey,
back. I'm gonna have to bring it
no,
back
for
for a second.
real.
Shit. Gilbert Arenas says Carl Anthony Towns is built like a bitch. Has the body of a W. Gilbert Arenas says Carl Anthony Towns is built like a bitch. Has the body of a WNBA player and has girl lips, quote unquote. Someone comments, this is why those zesty videos and tweets are more damaging than people realize because it progresses to this. See, this is what I'm talking about. If when we damage the psyche of something, it f- up our relation to it. We cannot do that. We can't do. We gotta be stronger than that. Even when your evidence don't seem that, you have to implant your will in that other. Well, your will has to be so strong that you implant a will that they didn't have in them into them, almost. That's how you defeat something. You can't defeat hate. You can't defeat hate with hate. You can't. You're trying to put two negatives together. You have to have a positive with a negative, and it overrides that negative for real. That's what it is, and changes that negative to a positive. Same way Mr. Smith was doing, just the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? So, just something.
That's uh that's why I seen that picture earlier. I wish I would have saved it, but Cat put on his story on IG a picture of Gilbert Arenas like this, and then he had edited his fingernails painted. And I was like, what is this about? And I said, what's his comeback for that?
You want me to send this to B fans?
Who is that? I see Baby Boy. Who the fuck is that?
YG.
My God, why? Who is this? Is that a new one? Don't tell me that's real.
It's fake.
I
They
was about to,
said my favorite part about Facebook is the fake movie posters. I got family very excited for a Baby Boy sequel starring YG as Tyrese and Taraji's son.
get the fuck out of here. But it be the truth though.
Come on, dog. Come
Niggas be
on.
pumped about some shit that ain't never happening.
You ever seen an ice slide, like an avalanche, but it's just ice? This was a city in Switzerland, and this is what it was like after the ice slide.
Holy shit. No, I've never seen that.
It
Ice
slid.
Avalanche?
Yeah, it slid from up here. That's what it looks like.
Fuck.
They knew it was happening. They evacuated the town. One man didn't leave, I'm pretty sure, but one motherfucker.
He's like, I was born here and I'm gonna die here.
You see Michael Jordan? My boy Mike. They said he's starting to show his age. They said he's starting to show his age.
Bro, where the hell did you find that guy?
That wasn't the footwork.
They couldn't have been the same three-peat footwork that you.
All right, Mike, I'll let you.
All right.
Just got the motherfucker.
Yeah.
But
You
there
feel
we
me?
go. Big and lazy. Yeah. I ain't trying to be funny. I pump my own shit. Ain't that a nice quality tee? I was surprised by
Nah,
the
it
quality.
is. It is.
It's nice. It ain't real thick. It's just right in the middle.
It
It's nice.
ain't one of them
Yeah.
Gildon thick ass cotton shirts.
You're right. Big, thick collars. And, you know what I mean? It's comfortable. Like, he's serious.
Motherfucker be
Niggas,
stiff.
niggas college used to be like that on a white t-shirt. Nigga got a tortoise neck. They said that ain't a turtleneck. That's a tortoise
Not
neck.
quite exactly.
Yeah,
That's a tortoise neck.
kind of like that on the white
Crazy.
t-shirt.
That's crazy. He said that's
It don't ain't too thin either though. It's perfect.